Hello and welcome to my official 6th review. I'm not counting the SpongeBob thing because that review sucked and I'm sorry. And also, happy anniversary to me as I've now been a reviewer for 1 year as of June 1st. And today I'm reviewing Puyo Pop Fever. And yes, I know, not what any of you wanted to see, again. I'm still looking for The World Ends With You and Harvest Moon Grand Bazaar. It seemed like I was pretty screwed for a new review, right? But then, this next review suggestion descended from the heavens. Well, actually, it descended from a viewer by the name of Mr. Goomba 909. This game is a puzzle game, so this is a first for me. Not that I don't already play puzzle games. I'm sure a few of you already know how much I goddamn love the Professor Layton series. But I've never actually reviewed a puzzle game before, so this should be interesting.
Puyo Pop Fever was released in Japan in 2004 for the PS2, and after that it was released on every console ever. It was even released for PDAs. Yeah, remember PDAs? I like to call them caveman smartphones. But I'm actually kind of in luck here because only 2 versions of Puyo Pop Fever were released in North America, for the GameCube and the DS, so I won't have to decide between the DS and Game Boy version. Some of the other versions are Japan exclusive or were only released in English in the PAL format, but that doesn't really matter because I don't own most of those consoles anyway. Let's start with the story. And while it's not quite Mario basic, it's not really reaching for greatness either. At the very least, I can say it's got more of a plot than any given Animal Crossing game. You play as Amity, a student at a magic school. I'd call her a magical girl, but I saw Madoka Magica, and yeah, she's really not. A teacher at the school, Miss Accord, has lost her magical flying cane and claims she will reward the student who finds it. So Amity sets out to find the cane and has to battle wacky characters along the way. They battle by playing Puyo Pop. Puyo Pop is played by placing falling colored blobs called Puyo. The controls are simpler than the story. Left and right move the Puyo, down drops it, and A and B rotate it. The X and Y buttons are never used. If 4 or more Puyo of the same color are placed together, they'll pop and the Puyo above them will fall. If they fall into another same color group, it'll create a chain. The idea is to create as big a chain as you can to do 2 things. The first is to fill up your fever meter so you can enter fever mode where a bunch of pre-made combos are set up to be activated by one properly placed Puyo. The second is to drop garbage into the opposite player's game board. The garbage is the worst because it can only be destroyed by Puyo popping next to it. It usually blocks off whatever combos you were trying to make, and if it fills up the board to the top, you lose. And that's the idea, make combos to have your enemy's game board fill up with garbage. And despite the simplicity of it, it can be really fun and actually kind of addicting. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I'm good at this game because I'm not. I'm really, really not. This game has 3 difficulty levels: Rune Rune, Waku Waku, and Hara Hara. I played it on Waku Waku, and it was easy enough at first, but eventually my shittiness at making combos really screwed me over. I pretty much beat the last 3 levels by pure luck after failing dozens of times. Even so, I never wanted to give up because even when I was losing, I was still enjoying the gameplay. The different characters you face in this game really do make it interesting. There's this snobby bitch, a nervous girl, Frankenstein, a frog, this cat thing that took me forever to beat, this other girl who isn't even really a bad guy who also took me forever to beat, but the one enemy who stuck out to me the most was this guy. This skeleton is only the second person you face. His name is Oshare Bones, but in the original Japanese game, his name is Oshare Kobe, which means fashionable skeleton. They literally named him Fashionable Skeleton. That's brilliant.
Hey, you there, in the deathly uncool clothes.
Hey. Uncool. Let's not use such inappropriate language. Also, stripes are totally in right now, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
Something I really did enjoy about this game is the music. It's upbeat, and it really goes along well with the gameplay. The voice acting in this game is nothing special, but it's not bad, which is fine enough. It could have been way worse, seeing as how during the game the characters will shout out their various attacks repeatedly. Something like that poses a big risk of getting annoying, but it doesn't, for the most part. I like this game's design too. Amity is a super cute character, and everything is bright and colorful. This game is a bit short though, with only 8 stages, but it's a lot of fun anyway, and it can be played on Hara Hara difficulty for a greater challenge. There's also other modes to play. There's Endless Mode, where you can practice making combos, Mission Mode, where you play to complete a certain objective, and Fever Mode, where you have to keep setting off combos properly so you don't run out of time. And there's a multiplayer mode that supports 2 to 8 players. But what good is multiplayer when you don't have friends?
Even though I completely suck at this game, I still did find it pretty fun. The plot is dirt simple, but I did find the different characters interesting, and the art style is super cute. The gameplay, though, is extremely addicting, so if you're into competitive puzzle games, I'd say definitely check this one out if you can find it. And now is where I'd like to say that the next review will be The World Ends With You, but I'm not going to say that, and you might be wondering why. So allow me to introduce you to the best $40 I've ever spent at a garage sale. And as dramatic as this is, that's not all. The next review is going to be a PS2 game. What game? I don't know. But if you want to find out, subscribe, and that review will be posted soon. I promise. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.